Douglas, you good? Far away, guys.
Coach, the last sequence, kind of both ends, Dave gets the charge and then he gets the block and they hit the game winner. Can you just take us through that? Were you trying to get the ball down to him and start there maybe?
Yeah, we said we were going to run a little play that we run just to try to duck him in, try to get him fouled or close to the basket. We had one player kind of run to the wrong spot, so the play was dead. And then at the end, I think CB threw him the ball, if I'm not mistaken, and David tried to back his way down. And I couldn't tell if it's charge or not. I mean, I guess he fell down. I don't know if it was. It'd be hard to take a charge and not fall down. But I don't know if it's good or bad. But bottom line is we didn't execute when we needed to. And then defensively there at the end, we subbed and 11 was going to drive right and he beat us right. And David did come over and support and made a good block. And then after that was just good fortune, luck. Happened to block it right to their guy, and their guy made an unbelievable shot, give him credit. And CB defended it as well as you could defend it, and it was a heck of a shot. And they deserved it. It was a great basketball game. We hurt ourselves, obviously, with free throws and some things like that, but they played really well. That was a good basketball team we played today.
Bill, defensively, just giving up so many easy baskets early in the second half. What did you see from your guys and ultimately the breakdowns?
I think the way that I see it, and I need to study it obviously to know exactly, but our defense has been pretty darn good the first 10 minutes of most every game. Creating havoc, guys not getting what they want. And then in the second half, they didn't score off their actions, they scored off their players. And one got downhill and forced havoc, and then they tried to post two a couple of times, and they had success doing that. And then, we didn't have many empty possessions offensively. We only had 7 turnovers, so it wasn't like empty possession, but maybe a marginal shot that leads to runouts. But they went through when we went to our bench in the stretch in the second half. You would think 14 was Moses Malone. He got every rebound, every putback. He totally dominated our guys, and I thought that was a big key stretch in the second half.
CB, you guys got down 7, and then Coach Grant just talked about you locked up defensively from there and got the lead back. What was working? I think you had 3 steals in a row in that stretch. Was it just a matter of effort and intensity at that point?
Yeah, we got a couple stops, a couple steals. We needed pretty bad. We got up 3. We got in a position we wanted to be in. We just didn't finish, the game how we wanted to. But yeah, we got some stops, changed it up a little bit. Had guys flying around, but we need more of that.
What was your perspective of that game-winning shot? I mean, like Coach said, you're right there.
Yeah, I would say, like Coach said, we got a good block, and then we tried to scramble out, and the guy had a tough shot. So
when that block happens, Christian, did you think that you had gotten the stop, or did you maybe not?
Well, I didn't know where the block was going to go, so I knew the game wasn't over. When I got out to him, I knew we had a foul to give. I thought about fouling, but I didn't want to, risk that. And then the guy, like I said, the guy just jumped up and hit a tough shot and fell.
Coach, did you talk about that foul to give scenario in the timeout?
I said if you're beat, it's off the bounce, go ahead. That's my fault. The thing about it is if you foul with 7 left, now they're not shooting, but they're in the bonus, so now you're not as aggressive probably playing defense the next possession. If there have been 4 fouls to give for sure, but I actually thought we actually defended it pretty well, but Jalen got beat right by 11 and he got to the basket. And then the way it went down at the end was good fortune, bad fortune. I mean, it's they made the play, we didn't.
Ochai, after the dunk that put you guys, I think, up 3, you waved to the crowd and it looked like you were gassed. Are you tired? And not you personally, but that game looked like it took a lot out of everybody.
Yeah, it was a game that was just up and down. Really fast paced throughout the whole entire game. They were pressing, we were attacking, so it was just up and down a lot. I was worn out, but I was just trying to keep going, trying to keep pushing. But just from it all, it was just a poor performance by me, and a lot of guys on our team, so I know we can all do better.
What is it about these two programs? It was, like same in Maui, just an intense battle, start to finish. I mean, what is it about this matchup?
I mean, we could feel it, right when we walked in. The fans cheering, their fans cheering for their Flyers, and our fans cheering for the Jayhawks. So it's just like, it's kind of just a new rivalry, in these tournaments, these preseason tournaments like this. So it's always fun playing them.
And Bill, it's still mid-November. What can your team gain from this? How can they grow from this?
Well, I mean, it's a marathon. The team that we have today won't be the team that we have in February or whatever. It may not be the team that we have 1st of January. We haven't become a team yet, but I do think we're gaining on it. I do think there's some things that have happened that, through some experiences like this, will probably accelerate the learning curve and get us maybe to all buy in a little bit differently. I think the way that we kind of see the game right now, in some people's eyes, it's, when we're behind or when we're struggling, an individual needs to go try to get it back right, as opposed to the team trying to get it back right. So we can learn from that. Those are mistakes that are correctable. And until we have a post presence and we can defend the rim and defend the paint and score inside some, it puts a lot of pressure on coach and CB to be our inside presence, and that's what they were today, and that's what they were the last game as well. So we got to get our bigs playing.
How did?
Is it disappointing that you didn't expand on the 15 points lead? I know it's early in the game, but what happened in that?
We kind of just I feel like we got too comfortable. With that lead, we didn't really keep pushing or keep that same aggressiveness that we had to gain that lead. And teams always they're going to make their runs, and they made their run, and we weren't ready for it.
How did the team react to the dump and go? It was a wild celebration.
At the time, I was thinking he didn't get it off in time, but I mean, everyone started shaking hands and stuff, so I figured that he made it in time.
For both you guys, Ochai and CB, I mean, veterans on this team like you are, what do you tell your younger teammates and maybe guys that haven't been here about how to bounce back from this one and respond?
Main thing is stay together. Long season, like Coach was saying, a lot more games, a lot more chances to get on the court to get better. So it's one loss, but down the road we're gonna look back and we're gonna learn or see that we gained a lot from this.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. I know the loss won't tear us apart, but we can do two things. It can tear you apart, to bring you together. So we always got to stick together and get better, and it really exposes some of the things that we need to get better at, so we can take it as a lesson.
Bill, how did you think David did today? You were talking about post presence inside. Do you feel like he made improvements after yesterday, or not?
I don't know. He's kind of laboring right now. He's better than what he's playing, and he'll get it back. We need him to get it back. I mean, he was an all-league player last year, so we need him to get it back. The thing I'd probably add, as much as anything, when things are going well, a lot of times you can't really tell what kind of team you have when things are going well. You can tell more about when you don't make shots or you don't make free throws and the game comes harder and you're laboring. And the thing that we did today, when those things happen, we didn't guard. You got to be so good on one end when the other end's not good, and that's what happened. GB had a good point. You got total control over it. Instead of going in up 17 and going up 10, and that's a big difference right there. So we got to improve in those areas.